Hi everyone. Sound? Good. Oh, that's right then. If you can hear the sound, you can hear it. Today, again, I'm going to probably keep this short. I think the 8 o'clock's quite good because I don't want to take all night up on it, for obvious reasons, because I am married and my wife's very good. So I've got a few things to go through. Nothing overly major at the moment, apart from a few things. So I've actually got a little list here. So before I forget, right, garages all packed. In fact, it's typical though of all of them. I forgot to put the rubber feet strips in mine. Typical, isn't it? But this is why I didn't bother bringing a black one because it's no good for photographs. Here we go. Really nice actually. As you remember when I think I said about last time, we had to put these holes. You can't really see them, but there's little holes. They weren't there before, so they could hook them up because they clamped on the back last time. You know, on the prototype. Anyway, there you go. So no, I'm quite pleased with that. Really nice, the usual quality. Really tough, powder coated. Should be great, and they're all packed up. So if you've already ordered one, let me switch that over. If you've already ordered one, they will be leaving tomorrow. So they're all going out in one hit. I've got about 260 of them. And it's sold about 90, so it's a bit disappointing to be honest. And I've also put the price up a little bit, about £2.50 on top, mainly because the price is a little bit higher than I originally planned. Nothing major, but just a little increase. And plus the fact, if they're not going to sell out quick, then you know it is what it is. But I'll have them in stock, so you know, hopefully they'll sell well. If they sell very slowly, I might not order more. Or the price will go up because I'll order a smaller batch, and then you know you'll pay another £5-10 because they're actually very expensive things to make. So yeah, so they're going to have a slight increase, a tiny increase in prices, a couple of quid. A1200 ports. I don't know how many of you have been watching my Facebook group. I'm assuming. Let me just get the page up. I see you shipped my case today. Yeah, it's being collected tomorrow. Okay, I've done the paperwork and it's all been booked, but they're going tomorrow. So if you're in UK, you might have them on Wednesday, Wednesday or Thursday. Europe 2 days, 3 days, whatever. One set going out to Australia. Jesus, shipping's expensive. Will there be tracking numbers on garages? So if you're in the UK, I mean it's. If you want a tracking number, because I have to put the tracking numbers in manually, but all the ones that go to Europe and outside the UK, they're all DHL. You get a tracking number from DHL. If it's in the UK, it'll probably be there in the next day or the day after. So it's a very quick turnaround. If you want a tracking number, just email me and I'll stick one on there. But I was spending so much time manually putting them in. It was a bit of a pain. So yeah, that's the garages are going out. If you placed order for cases, all the orders have gone out. The only ones there's 2 orders left because I'm waiting for some white keyboard cases, but that's the only reason for them. But everything's apart from that is shipped, which is good news. So I can get back and do another video. I'll be in Scotland. It'll be there Thursday, I guess. Right, so small thing. I'm going to go see Appy on Wednesday. The plan is to come back with a working set of boards, so I can set a monitor up with the first. Let's call them. They're actually V2 prototypes. Well, let's say the first prototype. Have a play with them. You know, it's because it's going to be a number of. We've definitely got to have a V3 prototype made because the number of changes. That will probably be it for the Kickstarter. Probably enough. Fingers crossed. So the monitor should get launched. I don't know. I'm nervous to say it, but I've said August, September. Let's say maybe September sometime. So that's good news. Everything is going all right as far as sales. Thankfully, I mean, I have very few from Europe. A few from Europe, but you know, again, it's Europe's a little bit dead. One or two from Germany. They tend to be people who bought from me before. So you know, but again, I'm trying to do things to bring the Europeans back. There's some PR going in a couple of magazines. Amiga Future's going to put a little article in there. Amiga Addict putting a little article in there about it. So, you know, to see if we can improve things there. Minor news. Review units have been sent to Nostalgia Nerd and Yambita. Nostalgia Nerd's got his. He hasn't confirmed it, but I know it's been delivered. Yambita seems to be stuck waiting for delivery. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll see. But it's also Tim McCool. Oh God, one of the guys who writes this great blog. I've forgotten his damn name. Tim McCooler. God knows. I was going to write it down, but the guy does the really, really in-depth blogs. He's got one of the cases, and he's doing something with the Pi and the mini case, and the AMI hybrid business. So he's going to do one of his, because it's not. People ask all the time about a printed version of the reviews, and that's going to be coming soon. He does a hell of a lot of videos, which is really cool. Pictures, you know, pictures of every single step. So he's actually really goes in depth. So the PR side of things is good. Now let's get on to this. Now this one of the things I mentioned. Let's cover the ports. I kind of skipped by it, didn't I? So right, the ports. Okay, it's not in a case. I mean, I was a bit concerned because one of our customers has had. Well, I haven't seen it whether he actually needed to do it, but he says he had to file it down. But I noticed that some of his it's slight nitpicking, but some of his screws at an angle, so pointing out. So if he tipped them up a bit, it might have got it a bit easier. But for some reason they were a little bit tight. So I asked the question on Facebook, because up until now I always thought they fit perfectly. And as you can see, I just picked one off the shelf and put my you can't really see it. I picked my 1200 up. Here we go. Hang on, let's switch. Here we go. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can see that, but they all fit in there nicely. There's no problem at all with these. So there seems to be some differences in the 1200s. It might also be a little bit on the mounting holes, the studs. It could be there's something going on there. So the bottom line is, if you can see these vertical lines, they're I can't take them out, but what they're there for is obviously to give some support to the metalwork. I'm going to make them a bit thinner, bring them down as much as I can safely to give you a bit more wiggle room. Yeah, because now notice these two at the end, these two, they've actually got holes in it. You have to screw them in, because my one's got a fixed 9-pin and one on a lead, and so that's what they're for. But as you can see, I mean, I literally just grabbed it. I thought it was because of the paint, but I don't think it is. But so I put them. This was brought up by Chris. Which I was kind of surprised. He sent me some pictures. There was a confusion on the pictures because he'd kind of angled it, and I thought that the problem was it was sitting high, so I was thinking he'd put the wrong spaces or left the shielding on it, but it wasn't. It's just the angle of the picture. So and then I noticed that he'd actually ground the sides down, which I'd missed. So that's what's happened there. Let's tip that over. There we go. I have got quite a few of these in stock, but I don't think it's affecting many people. So I'm going to make I'm going to get a Barry at Henderson's to make both the 1200 and the 500 ones slimmer. Right? It'll be overall like 0.5 mm each side to give a bit more room. But you don't want to go too mad because you end up with a hole. You see, it's a balancing act. So I'm going to get it done for the next batch, but I have got about 30 in stock still. So I'm probably going to ship them out with the ones they come with, because I've sold out. I mean, if you consider the 500 and the 600, the 1200s, you know, that's about 800 cases, probably more than they're getting on for. Because I've done 1,500 cases, so I would expect around 1,000 cases, because most are for 1,500s and 1,200s. So it's not many people having problems. But having said that, I don't want anyone having problems. But this has popped up. I know that a couple of people have actually said they've emailed me, and I must have missed it. But I thought everything was okay. And it was only when you ground that down, I thought, whoa, hang on. Yeah, that's something I want to address. So the upshot of this is it's going to be 2 or 3 months before they arrive. So I'm going to continue ship. Please don't hold off, because it's important that I keep the turnover going. But what I'll do is I'll make new ones, and I'll roll them into, when the new ones arrive, I'll throw the existing ones away, then all new ones will have the new one. And if you've got a problem with yours, I'll post you one of the new ones. I think that's the best way of doing it, because it is not many people that are having issues. And I don't know if it's the motherboard, or if it's, maybe, as I said, maybe the screws on the base tray could be 0.5 mm out, because people are saying it's like 0.5 mm. And if they're like 0.5 mm out of place, or it won't be the positioning of the studs, it'll probably be the bend, because sometimes the bend is not perfect, you know, it might be like 1/4 mm or something, the bend's slightly wrong. So it's something like that, especially on the black ones, they can sometimes be a bit tight, so it might be that it's just knocking it ever so slightly. So giving you more wiggle room and a bit more tolerance, I think, will solve that problem. So yeah, if you think of buying one, don't stop buying it, just buy it. But be aware that if you do have a problem, in a couple of months I'll just swap the back panel over for you. But it's so few people have reported this, and literally it's actually just cropped up. So I'm going to do something about it. Right, that's that, because that's going to be dealt with. Right, let's go on something more interesting. Right, as my attempts for doing PR. I'll tell you, before I go into PR, let's see if there's any questions. Right. Ship my case, can't wait. Yeah, good. Will there be tracking numbers and goes? I've answered that with Scotland. Out of curiosity, do you know if the Mega 65 fits under the garage? I don't know. I haven't got one, but the dimensions are on the site. If you go to here, right, so if you want to see it, you go to products, Checkmate Garage. You can't miss it. It's right at the top. And you scroll right to the bottom, it gives you the dimensions, and so you can see exactly them. I can't see any reason why not, but I don't know what the size is, but you can see the sizes there. The internal is 497 millimeters, so as long as it's no wider than that, and well, yeah, I mean, look, you just, I don't know, there's the dimensions, okay. But it should look really good with it, actually. And I would love to get one, to be fair, because they do look fantastic. Right. Do you know Mega 65? Do we have an approximate price for the base monitor? No prices. Come on, you should know this by now. I'm not releasing any prices until the Kickstarter, because it's all changing. The price has gone up because Appy's work is not cheap. It's going to be brilliant, but it isn't going to be cheap. So it has increased the price. So the fact that I haven't told you the price is not a problem. My 500 fits really tight. It has to be aligned just perfect, and it's tight to push in place. Yeah, as I said, you know, again, it could be the folds that's kind of messing it up. So the extra tolerance should hopefully solve all these problems, but I can't go too small. The other option is to remove the whole lot, but that means it'd be too bendy and it wouldn't have no strength in it. Right, okay, so let me get to the next subject. I don't want to get bogged down in ports, because I've just got to go off and do it. Right, competition. So I don't know how many of you are AROS fans. But I'm going to be doing a video on this system you can see on the screen now, which is, it's always been my AROS system, but I'm going to do a video on this, and inside it's got one of these boards. And so if you hunt, basically these boards are 100% supported. So it's just by luck, but it has NVIDIA graphics and it runs really well. It's NVIDIA graphics, sound, and network. It's all supported. So it works really good inside the case as a standalone system. You don't need anything extra. So what I was thinking of doing was, I've got another one of these boards now. The case will be new and the keyboard will be new, but the motherboard will be, I think it's new old stock, but it will be, you know, one of these boards that is kind of second hand, but it'll have a Sempron, because you can't buy these boards anymore. That's the reason. But it'll be fully supported, so it'll be an AROS machine, and it's really just a bit of AROS promotion, a bit of case promotion, a bit of monitor promotion, a little bit of everything all over the place. But the real aim is to increase my subscribers, maybe to get some more patrons, and just try and build awareness of what I'm doing here. So haven't decided exactly how it's going to run yet, but you'll obviously have to be a subscriber. It's going to be run over a couple of months, but you know, it'd be quite a good system to get. Now I'll probably do it so that it's, yes, it will be an AROS machine, but it'll also come, I'm going to set it up with my Amiga 68K system on it as well, which really runs good. So it'll come with my 68K, but I'll also I'm going to include licensed copies of Amiga Forever, so you're licensed. So I think that should be a nice little prize for Amiga AROS fans. But we will see on the uptake. But I thought I'd give it a try, see what it's like. So that's that. Right. Okay, so let's have another little subject. Let's put this picture up. It's quite nice. Part of Appy's project was, one of the things we were struggling with is S-Video, and as some of you know, I've got a fitting kit for the Retro Tank. Now it's a fantastic little board. Really, it's the top of the tree. It's a brilliant board, but I think it's about £90, €90, something like that. It's quite expensive for just S-Video. So we was planning on potentially building an S-Video input, but it's actually really complex, and it's unlikely we can do it in this version of the board. So we're going to do it as an extra. But so I thought what I'd do is I would go out and I'd buy some S-Video adapters from China, and see if I can find anything that was any good. So I came up with a, now I'm going to do an actual video on this and show you I'm not going to show you the quality or anything now, but I'm going to do a proper video showing the input into my recorder. So I went off and I bought a whole load of them. Okay, so the first one I bought was one of these. Let me just put this in auto, but it's going to put a box around my head. Okay, just ignore that. So I bought one of these. I can't, unfortunately that's the camera, it doesn't turn that off. I'll turn it off in a second. So one of these, so basically what you got is S-Video. The composite don't worry about because we've already got composite covered. It's the S-Video. And on the back it was HDMI out, so that'd be internal, and a power input and so on, some switches. It was okay. It was okay. So I thought, right, let's try some others. So I bought some more. So I literally went to the usual place to get them, and this one came up. Okay. Now bear in mind, I'm trying all these with my Atari 800 and my Commodore 64 C128D. I've got a D. So S-Video is very important for those machines. And so I thought I'd try this one. As you can see, it's got all the ports are on the same side. It's also got a SCAR. But unfortunately, the quality of that was a little bit rubbish. So that was a no. This one I had high hopes for because it looked really professional, and I thought that would be really good. But unfortunately, everything's all on the bag, so that wouldn't work inside the case, or it'd be tricky. But although the quality was okay, it couldn't handle NTSC. The problem we got is it's a good bit because my Atari 800 is an NTSC one, so it tests these. This came out in black and white, NTSC, the usual problem. This can't. I thought this was supposed to handle it, but it can't handle it. So yeah, that was disappointing. I had high hopes on that one, and I was about to give up, and then I got this one. Well, they all came about at the same time, but I got this one. Now, same thing again. It's got the S video, and it's got the again, ignore composite, but S video and audio is the only thing be interested in. And on the back, HDMI, so you can put it in the monitor, plug it all in, connect it all up. And I thought, well, the quality on this was really good. I was really surprised. In fact, I'm going to order some more. So this is going to be the one. But what I thought was, because the idea is this, that when we sell the monitor, we'll do a fitting kit so you can pop this inside, connect it all up, and away you go, and you've got S video. But I did wonder if people were interested. Once I've done the video, because I'm going to do a video where I show them all, okay, and the quality and what you're getting for your money. Now, those three were, well, two of them were rubbish. On NTSC, they're okay on PAL. This one actually was rubbish on NTSC, but on PAL it worked and it didn't look too bad, but it was rolling. So maybe it's just another one would be okay, but that was, NTSC failed, so it was a no-no. But this one's really good, really, in fact, surprisingly good. So I'm considering maybe putting these up on my site if someone just wants to buy one, because whilst it's not in the same league as this, okay, this is better, okay, but this is about 80-90 pounds and this will be about 30, okay, so this is probably a third of the price of this, but it's about 80% as good as that, I'd say. Yeah, right. You can't compete, but you can't beat this, right? No doubt about it. I'm not saying, but for some people, if you like, for example, if you're not buying my monitor and you just want to literally, you've got an HDMI monitor at home, you just want to be able to plug it in. You'll see on the video when I do a video on it, you're going to see the quality. You'll see exactly what this is like running. There's a PAL C1. Probably do the C128 to be honest. And my NTSC Atari 800, and you'll see the quality. This is actually, I'm really pleased with this. For the money, I think it's fantastic. So we'll probably do this, but again, as I said, we're going to have a fitting kit for this. So, but that's coming up because I think it's important that there's an option that not everyone can afford. Not everyone can afford one of these. I've got it to make a fitting kit, but to be honest, I'll probably use the other one. But this is yeah, better quality. Let me turn, get rid of that silly. If I can do that right, there we go. And let's focus out back on the computer. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right. So yeah, I'm considering doing that. Yeah, look, it's a good question. Of course, where's my hanger? I might have. Where's my hanger? Oh, maybe I threw it away. No, there's going to be there is going to be a Tink hanger, one that takes either the Mini or the Pro, because there's two, and I've done it for both. I've actually sent the Pro back to Andrew because he was very good. Didn't want it back, but send it back. So there will be an adapter. You will be able to plug this in, and it'll work lovely if you've got one. Great. If you're, if to be honest, if you're on a budget, the monitor might be a little bit steep anyway. But consider it as a way of saving a bit of money on it. So that's going to be a lot more economical. But I think for me, especially, I've got 3 computers that need S video. 4. That's 4, isn't it? I think that's about it, really. There's not much more I can say. As I said, I'm going to go see Happy on Wednesday. Ship all the garages out tomorrow. I'm sending I'm picking UK user groups and sending a garage to the head person in the group. So if you run a user group, bear in mind I've already arranged one for the Norwich one, arranged one for I think it's Lag. I'll probably sort something out for Swag, and the Greenfield one. But if you do run another group and you'd like to show the garages, just get in touch by email. Tell me about the group, and I'll pop you one in a post. You can keep it as long as you take it to the group so people can see it. Because these are the things where you want to see them to see what you think, and it's easier just to give it to someone, to a group that I haven't got time to go to. I can't visit everyone. But if you I remember, but obviously one per group. There's no point me giving one to everyone in the group. But I'd like to see if we can sell those stands, and if they sell, they sell okay, I'll just order more. But I'll probably be ordering a smaller batch, which means the price will go up. I ordered enough to get the price low, but then they're not selling that well, so there's no point, beat around the bush. Right, you got a couple of minutes. Any more questions, or I'm gonna go? Ooh. Any more questions? Doesn't look like there's any questions. Right, so I'm going to cut short, and I'm going to go and watch a bit of telly and then have a rest because I've had a busy day. Unless anyone crops up with a message, but it doesn't look like you're going to. Right, so probably same time next week. Hopefully next week I'll have Appy's board. If Appy's watching. Here's the chassis. Okay, so you can see at the back, this is the bit that actually holds Appy's board. You can see it inside. It mounts in there and they plug in that way. So we got this. So that one's for me, one's for Appy, and it's going to go up in that big 19-inch monitor up there. So that's hopefully so for next Monday. I should have that set up, fingers crossed, be able to show you it, because I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I love that slot. I'm thinking of getting your Amy Hybrid Fit kit for my black checkmate case. Any news on the software power button? No, because it's not me doing it. The problem is it doesn't have a soft power button. But there is a way of doing it, but you'll have to look on the forums for that. I give you the switch, I give you the control and I power it, but actually controlling the power down, so to tell you, it's now shut down nicely. It's not straightforward. I think I might see if I can find out, because I'd like to continue doing I've sold quite a lot of the Pi fitting kits, and they seem to be getting a little bit more popular. So I do want to sort it out, but it's time, and I have to put my time in areas which is going to be helpful. But there is advice out there on Tinternet to do that. When is this other vid dropping? If you mean the AROS one, so I've got coming up. Probably going to be doing it this week. The AROS one, the machines. You can see the picture. It's on the desk in the office. It's all ready. I've ordered these other bits for the competition. So that video probably might be a couple, because I just want to build up the AROS thing again. But I want to run a competition at the same time with it to inspire people. Like, But again, it's not altruistic. I do need to get more subscribers. I do need to get more patrons, and that kind of bit more presence. But so to spread it a little bit. But I think it's just a nice one, and I think that you can't. Not biased, but I think it looks really cool. And it will come with a keyboard as well and a mouse. So it's going to come with the keyboard and the mouse, and not the monitor, obviously, but everything you see there, apart from the monitor, it's going to come with. So and licensed Amiga forever. So it should be a pretty damn good system. Apparently some retailers are getting art pies back in stock. Yeah, you can get them. I showed the link last week. If you go to Pimiga, they've got the pack. Is an all-in-one pack, 65 quid. Comes with the power supply, comes with the card, comes with a couple of other bits and pieces. And I think they've been getting them because they just said, well, let's just make a bit of extra money. You know what I mean? Because you can buy them. So they were in stock. And I've actually had to send my spare one off to Finn McCullough. That's his name. And he, because when he got it, he plugged it in. And for some reason, I think he might have, because I put the nuts on the standoffs, but instead of taking the nuts off, putting the board down, he put it on top of the nuts. And I think he might have bent the connections, putting it down. I think he buggered it up. So I've sent him a spare one of mine. So he should have that by now. But he does great reviews. But yeah, they're still around. And the Ami Hybrid, or Ami Kit, whatever you want to call it, is brilliant. And I want to do some stuff on that. I'm thinking of potentially seeing if we can do a Linux PC version. But I don't know about that yet. But that would depend on, obviously, on, because I have spoken to the author. I forget which one it was now, but which Amiga emulator. But there's a possibility of that. But at the moment, the Pi one just works great, and also the AROS one. Look, don't tell Paolo, but I've never been a fan of the way he's done his Ami bridge. I have tried it again today, and it didn't work. My way just works. So when I ship this, it'll have a copy of my setup, complete setup with loads of stuff on it, and it'll have a licensed Amiga Forever, so it'll come with a CD. I'll ship that so you're fully covered in the licenses, even if you've got a load of them. But it'll be hopefully a nice, cool system. I'll probably put Amos on there and the manual. So I think it'll be a nice little prize. I just think it's going to make a nice little package and a nice little, but I'm going to milk it. I'm going to milk it. It's literally, people say, well, when is it going to come? Well, I got so I have got to milk it to make the most of it, because it's, not cheap. I'm not expensive, but, get the most out of it. Are you doing anything with the Mini Mig? I'd love to, but I don't need to do anything. Because it's really up to the Mini Mig people who are supplying them. I mean, I can do a fitting kit, yeah, absolutely no problem. I'd like to do one and put in the monitor and a fitting kit for the cases. I want to say I've actually got a Pi Storm coming, which I'm going to put in a 500. And I've got so there's going to be a video on. Let's get back to the videos. AROS videos to the competition. There's going to be a video all about my experimentation with all these and my conclusion of this is the best one. You take it whether you want it or not, but they'll be relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's like these are great, but these are quite expensive. I mean, probably costs more than the computer you're plugging into it. And I think when you see the quality, I think you'll be wondering why you're buying that from most people. But we'll see how we get on that. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to go in the Mini MIG. I mean, look, I may at some point order one, but as you know, I'm now this is my day job now, so I ain't wasting money on anything where it's not gonna make money. So I have to be careful, obviously. But I think that with a Pi Storm, Christ, I can't think of anything better to it. As long as it's got RTG and networking, Pi Storm, I don't want anything else. I mean, I know there's another standalone out there, but I wouldn't want that. I mean, I'd rather have a really, you know, imagine this Mini MIG with a Pi Storm and a Pi 4. I mean, Christ. I mean, that would be something special with the Amiga chip. Yeah. But anyway, okay, so that's about it, I think. I'm going to go now, and I will see you next week, and we'll talk some more and hopefully show you Appy's boards. Thanks for watching. How many got on there? Yeah, 30. All right, speak to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye.